Well, hello everybody. It's Wednesday, November 19th, just about 1 p.m. Eastern here. I've been debating how to handle this explosive bombshell interview between Jordan Geddes and Mike Dammann. I listened to it just this morning. Again, I was up till 2:30 last night because the internet just blew up with all kinds of updates on Summer Wells, Melody Buzzard, David, Charlie Kirk. I mean, wild, wild, wild. And this Jack and Lily, of course. So I'm gonna watch it with you and give some intuitive hits as to what I feel is truthful in this conversation that he has with Mike and what's not potentially truthful in this conversation with Mike. So I'm going to go off camera, close my eyes, and tell you what I'm getting intuitively as we listen together.
How would you like if I took pictures of your father, your friends, your family, called you a bunch of fucking child killers?
I didn't call him a child
Be a little
killer.
bit upset, you fucking idiot? Wouldn't you be a little bit upset? Wouldn't you fucking lose your mind
I
a little
never
bit?
listen to me.
You fucking did with your dumb fucking videos. And if you're fucking, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, this is going right to my lawyer, right to the lead investigator. I know who fucking you are. I know who my fucking Scott Chris Snap is, Callie Gibson, Ninchi, all these fucking assholes, buddy.
I have nothing to
Like,
do.
I'm gonna fucking literally, there's gonna be a cease and assist, and you guys are gonna get fucked over this too. Because I'm telling you the God honest truth.
Well,
I don't know. Neither does my father, but yet I got moron like you literally making videos about my fucking place where I live.
I got more on you. Okay, well, let's talk about the obvious anger. I mean, clearly he's angry. I'm going to start this prefacing this video with I am not able to dismiss my vision. I just can't. And I do believe it to be who we're talking about here in my vision. But I have not ever stated, nor will I ever state, that I think he's responsible for the unaliving or the whatever has happened to Jack and Lily. I think he was the transporter and got duped. And I think that's his real anger. But I do hear in this, um, I do hear real anger and hate towards the channels. I do hear that. And I agree that from his perspective, it seems unfair. And I've had a lot of comments from viewers that it's unfair to form opinions and everybody is proven innocent and is all presumed innocent unless proven guilty in court, as per the banner across the bottom of my screen, which runs on every video. However, we are allowed to speculate and form our own opinions because that's entitled in what is a civilized world. And regrettably, there are some channels that did make a mockery of this case at the beginning, and I'm not going to mention names, but I find it curious and interesting that that same hostess makes fun of everybody else making a mockery of the case. This wouldn't be the issue, and all these videos wouldn't be possible were it not for Daniel Durwood, Jordan's recent explosive comments, and all the Facebook communities, which for the most part, because I don't have access to Facebook, I try to ignore. But the truth is, I don't blame him for being angry. I said this all along when one creator came into my chat because I was not buying the narrative that she was spewing. And we all are entitled to our own opinions. And by trying to force someone into your opinion is not cool. Just like I would never ask somebody to only believe in my opinion. I would like everybody to think for themselves, to have free speech, and to assess a case. But no, I have never been the person on the other end of this, like Jordan. And I do feel for him. I truly do. However, the reality is, and it's not going to change, True crime is a billion-dollar industry. The public is obsessed with true crime cases. It's not going away. It's not going to change. I think the police agencies and those involved in missing person cases, which is primarily what we cover here, need to understand that if you're going to come on social media, it's a free-for-all. And it's regrettable that they weren't warned up front. And I've said that before. I completely agree with Mike on this. However, when you are coming on yelling at Mike like he's the sole person responsible, that's also unfair. There's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's TikTok, there's Rumble, Bumble, Instagram. I mean, I have no clue how many thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of videos are out there on Jack and Lily. I do know, according to the police report, that they've analyzed 8,800, I think it was, something videos that were sent to them likely on this case, so you can just imagine. So I think there's an element of unrealistic expectations from Jordan. He is angry with people on social media, and I get that. I totally get that. But this is not going to change. True crime has been increasing in popularity and not decreasing in popularity. And a lot of it is based on wanting exposure for cases like missing kids cases and being passionate about it. A lot of it is human curiosity around mystery. So I think Jordan is unrealistic here and is placing the blame falsely on one person because he can latch at him and attack him right now. But I don't think he has the proper sense of reality of this entire niche and how powerful it is, and how people feel compelled to see justice and truth. And the creators that are out here, for the most part, want good, want to have these kids found. They want justice. And just like we on the outside looking in are forming our own opinions, so are the police. So are the police. I would also state that there has to be some validity worth analyzing for the police to admit in a paper, in the local paper, that they've analyzed 80, I think it was 8,800 videos that have been submitted through the true crime industry. I really doubt that somebody is at home putting together a video and sending it to the officers unless they happen to be lucky enough to see something at the time of, which would be maybe a handful of videos at the time something occurred that was, eyebrow raising. The police are also looking at social media, Jordan. So as much as this is super annoying for you, and I get it, because I still believe that you are oblivious to what truly happened, but I do think you got played. And I do think still my vision is valid, and that there's something you're not telling us, but you are realizing you're getting played here, or you're suspecting it, is my analysis. But let's keep listening.
Was Daniel at your house on Thursday? Was Daniel at your house on Thursday, May 1st? That's the question. Yes or no?
You see, he comes in strong and he won't answer the simple question. It's a stalling tactic, in my opinion. That's what I feel energetically. He won't answer the question and he's diverting it, much like Daniel does, but more subtly, and not like it's more I don't think it's quite as natural for him, but he's now going to deflect from answering a yes or no from Mike. And that is not good. That is a simple question. If he really wanted to call in, like he said, and show his innocence and his anger and why it's rightfully placed, That should be a question he's willing to answer immediately. I know he answers it later into the conversation, but this is something that should be answered right now. And I think right now he's got an agenda to prove himself innocent and everybody else an F up and wrong. And this not answering that simple question is not helpful, in my opinion, and begs the question, what's he afraid of answering that? Why is he afraid of answering that in this exact moment? I personally feel, yes, that Daniel and Malaya were there with the kids. Otherwise, if it was a clear no, he wouldn't be stalling in answering that question in this exact moment. I want you to just close your eyes and think about if you're wrongly accused of something to the point where you're going off AWOL like he has been in the last few days on Facebook. And now you're calling somebody and you're mad at them and you don't even know if you're being recorded, but you suspect you are. If you're truly were not at, if they were not there at your home that day, why not just say no right now? Begs the question.
It's a hilarious thing.
Yes or no?
Thing. You have no idea, but yet you go and post a fucking video.
Yes or no?
But fucking change the narrative.
Yes
you
or
have
no?
no idea what was going on.
Yes
it
or no?
Have been fucking me visiting someone else. Maybe my dad fucking gave me a truck and I switched fucking vehicles with him because he's a good fucking man.
Why all the diversion away from the actual question, Jordan? I don't think he did anything bad to the kids. Again, I'm going to repeat this again, but I had my vision. I trust my visions. I do believe he was an accomplice in helping remove the kids, but I don't think he knew. This is just my opinion at this point, but I don't think he knew what was going to later transpire. And so he wants no part of this.
I worked at a lumber mill, and I say worked because I don't fucking work there no more because of you fucking people. Isn't that lovely?
Well, you...
Okay. There's a lot to go through here because of you people. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure the mill is not taking time to listen to YouTube and everything and wondering why Jordan Geddes is being questioned, as he says later in the video. I'm pretty sure the mill did not fire him without cause because of an accusation, which truly makes me wonder if is he a suspect? Is he on the suspect list? In fact, I would think I'm going to pause right here and Google, if you are named publicly, can you be removed from your post? I don't think that's legal in Canada because of the right to be presumed innocent. So let's just Google that for a second. Okay, so I have Googled, can you be removed from a job in Canada because police question you about missing children case? In Canada, being questioned by the police about a missing children's case does not by itself provide an employer with automatic, in quotes, just cause for dismissal. The ability to terminate an employee depends on a number of factors, including the nature of the job, the specifics of the situation, and whether the employer can demonstrate a genuine harm to the business. Key considerations: presumption of innocence. In the legal system, a person is innocent, exactly what I said, until proven guilty. This principle generally extends to the workplace, meaning an employer cannot fire an employee solely because they are under investigation or have been questioned by police. Nexus to employment. An employer can use off-duty conduct as grounds for dismissal if they can prove sufficient connection or nexus between the conduct and the job, for example. If the job involves working with children, an employer may have valid concerns. This doesn't. He says he worked at the mill. If the job requires a high degree of trust in a financial role, investigation exception, then termination might be considered. Well, that's not the case here. If there is no connection to the workplace and the employee can still perform their duties, a dismissal cause is much harder to justify. Before terminating an employee, an employer should investigate for cause related to off-duty conduct. Employers generally expected to conduct their own fair and proper investigation into the matter. Gathering facts that are relying on rumors or assumptions, they must be able to demonstrate the employee's continued presence creates a serious immediate risk to business interests or the safety of others. Termination without cause. In many Canadian jurisdictions, an employer can terminate an employee without cause for almost any reason, provided they are given a reasonable notice or paid in lieu of notice. Severance. However, this termination cannot be for discriminatory reasons based on protecting grounds under human rights legislation. So, Jordan, you've claimed you've got a lawyer. This would be something, if this was the case, I would be talking to him about. Human rights legislation in Canada prohibits discrimination on certain grounds, which can include a record of offenses, convictions for which a pardon has been granted, or provincial offenses. The law does not always protect employees from discrimination based solely on criminal charges that have not resulted in a conviction, but police questioning alone is an even weaker basis for termination. In some, the simple act of being questioned by police in an off-duty manner is likely insufficient grounds for dismissal for cause. However, the specific details of the situation are crucial. For guidance specific to your situation, it's best to consult with a legal professional specializing in Canadian employment law or your provincial human rights commission. So, it doesn't appear that he's being honest in this case. So just to verify for sure, I added, what if the police told the employer he was a suspect? If police inform employer that an employee is a suspect, that situation becomes much more complex, but the same core principles of Canadian employment law still apply. The employee is presumed innocent until proven guilty, and dismissal for cause requires a strong connection to the job or business interests. So basically, no, there's no reason other than his behavior at work or any past criminal behaviors they may have discovered about him or his current poor performance that would be legally allowed based on what he's saying. Let's keep listening.
Avoiding the question, was Daniel at your house May 1st?
I don't give a fuck. I already fucking told everybody everything. I told the lead investigators.
I told the lead investigators. There's an element of proudness there. Do you hear that? I don't effing care. He's literally going to shut down everything he says. He doesn't care. He's here to say what he has to say, and that's it. But I talked to the lead investigators on this. That's a very interesting tone. What is he proud about? Let's listen again to that.
I'm from LA, and I say worked because I don't fucking work there no more because of you fucking people. Isn't that lovely?
No, that's not factual, Jordan. That is not factual. You and your behavior and coming unglued may be the reason for this, but that is not legally factual.
Well, you're avoiding the question. Was Daniel at your house May 1st?
I don't give a fuck. I already fucking told everybody everything. I told the lead investigators.
I told the lead investigators.
You people. You
people. Well, first of all, you can't categorize everybody in the same, you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You people. Didn't his dad say those words? You people.
And podcasters. Fucking Lily and Jack uncensored with your fucking conclusions and your assumptions.
I'm not in.
And he uses the swear word in conjunction with effing Lily and Jack. There's an undertone of resentment towards these kids and what they've done to his life. Listen.
Fuck off.
I'm not in there.
No, I don't give a fuck, but you may as well be because you're a fucking YouTuber using my name, and you are going to hear about this later down the road. So, for legality, I don't give a fuck.
I'm not.
Later down the road. Later down the road. Does that mean that there's not enough just cause today, Jordan? Is that what that means?
I didn't do fucking nothing, and I believe in my soul that Dan didn't, and I believe in my fucking soul that Dad, I was protecting him because he.
Okay, there's a very telling statement. I believe in my soul. I didn't do anything to those kids, he says, and I believe in my soul. Dan didn't, and my dad, I was protecting. Very interesting. My dad, I was protecting. Not that I don't believe my dad had no involvement. I know I didn't do anything to the kids. So listen to that again.
Prepare legality. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not lying.
I didn't do fucking nothing, and I believe in my soul that Dan didn't, and I believe in my fucking soul that Dad, I was protecting him.
I believe in my soul. I was protecting him when I lost my rampage fit. I know I didn't do nothing. I don't think you did anything either, but except transport those kids somewhere.
Him, because he's my father. Wouldn't you do the same for you and yours?
If my dad fabricated things, I would tell him to shut up.
You don't know. You don't know nothing. That's the hilarious thing. You can't even pronounce my name right.
Okay, Jordan. Jordan. See, now he's deflecting into things that are completely irrelevant. If we never heard your name pronounced, how would we know how it's pronounced? There's a deflection here to throw things in. It's like manipulation and gaslighting to control the narrative, just like Geddes, his dad, does. I don't think he's a murderer. I've never once said that, but I have a vision I will not dismiss. And by his own admission here, in my opinion, he's defending his dad. Wouldn't you do the same? Wouldn't you come out screaming and defending your father?
Jordan, David, Geddes.
Was Daniel at your house? Was Daniel at your house on Thursday, May 1st?
No, he fucking wasn't. It was Thursday last fucking week.
Okay. See, that is not viable. He wasn't. It was Thursday last week. Well, wait a second. That evidence that he was there came out long before Thursday last week. Why is he so trying to protect the narrative of a Thursday? And we're talking about a 6 months discrepancy in the timeline here. Come on, Jordan, you can do better than this. I don't think you're guilty of doing any harm to the kids, but half of what you're saying is not factual, and that does not bode well for your believability.
Because he's my fucking friend. I picked him up because he's got nobody that even gives a fuck. You stupid fuckers don't know what you're talking about. You think for 1 second that Daniel or fucking the 3 child killers is apparently fucking not be in jail right now, you dumb fucker?
I think that the very, very minimum, Daniel and Malaya are irresponsible parents who, by their own admission, ignored their kids when they were up playing and let them walk out the door at the bare minimum. So yeah, I think there's a lot of people calling for justice. And I want you to notice here, the focus is nothing but about him and the damage done to him. He has zero compassion for these kids. None. Keep listening.
And I'm sorry about the fucking goddamn anger right now, but you fucking have to literally put yourself in not only my shoes, Daniel's, and maybe even my fucking father's.
Okay,
like,
Jordan.
I don't get it.
Okay, we don't have to do anything. We don't have to do anything. If you'd like us to, then say, I would like you to put yourself in our shoes. And I empathize with you, as did Mike. Your father and Daniel started this. You just enhanced it with your coming on and losing your SHIT publicly. We don't have to do anything. We are free thinkers. What you need to do is figure out why people don't believe you, Jordan, or your father. That's what you need to figure out.
Jordan, what?
You get all fucking pissed off and change the narrative with what I say to you, and you're recording me right now. I know you are, and I'm on live with you, aren't I?
Jordan, what happened to Jack and Lily? What do you think happened?
It's none of my business.
Do you believe?
I can't put input on it because I don't know, you fucking assholes. That's what I've been saying.
It's none of my business. Wow. You're just coming on here. You've just coming on here saying this entire case and all of us Nimrods have blown up your life. You've lost your job because of these kids. But what happened to them is none of your business? Do you really, really care so little about the 2 children of the man you claim to be your best friend? I also don't find it plausible that you've known Daniel since you were 14, for 20 years almost, and you've never met his kids. Yet you say he's a gentle soul and he claims he loved those kids. That doesn't wash with me. I just don't buy that.
Saying for 5 fucking months, man.
Do you agree?
It's 5 fucking months I've been fucking hearing about this shit, man.
Do you
Actually, Jordan, it's been 6.
agree?
You want to hear what I think about it?
Yeah.
You know what I think happened to Jack and Lily?
Yes.
I don't know, Mike. You tell me, because you know about just as.
You want to think what I know about Jack and Lily? And he's angry. He's angry because he's being asked. He's angry because he's being asked. And it's none of his business, but yet it's ruined his life. How is that none of your business? It's completely effed your life up. How do those 2 things coexist in the same sentence? You have effed my life up. These kids have effed my life up. But it's none of my business about what happened to them? I don't buy that. Just saying, I don't buy it. Now, he gets better as we go along, but this is in utter defense mode. I'm not buying his baloney.
As much as I fucking do about it, buddy.
Is your father correct? What do you agree with what your father says, that they have been taken to a reservation?
I don't have to agree with nothing because I don't know. What?
I don't have to agree with anything. Have you thought for 1 second about these kids, Jordan? Have you thought for 1 second? How can you come in here and defend your father when you don't even know what kind of rampage he's been on and what he's been saying? I don't buy that. How do you know he's not lying if you don't even know what he's saying? Come on, Jordan. You know exactly what your theories are, or you have intel knowledge. I think you're angry because it's coming out and it's making you look and your dad look poorly and your best friend. And I don't think you directly unalived these kids or did anything nefarious to them, but I think you were used.
Why would I agree with something that I don't know?
Well,
it's my father, but I'm going to fucking protect him, and I'll stand up for my dad any day of the fucking week.
There you go. I'm going to stand up for my dad. Is Jordan Geddes more involved in this? Is Jordan Geddes more involved in this than would meet the eye? Because he's so far just said in his heart he knows Daniel couldn't do it. I don't think Daniel did it either. I've said that all along. But he's only talking about standing up for his father. Not that he believes his father had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Isn't that what a son does for a father? Isn't that what a father does for a fucking son, man?
Right. But
right?
Not all fathers and not all sons, Jordan.
So why the fuck should I answer a question that I don't know about?
Because
that's the stupidest fucking thing a guy could do.
Because he's asking you about your theory, Jordan. What you think. And the fact that you cannot answer 6 months into this, and yet it's your best friend and your dad are at the center of all the propaganda and the name slinging because of their statements that have come out on social media that are completely contradictory. You are now shifting that conversation to you are angry about this, but you haven't once considered what may have happened to these kids. This ought to tell you everything you need to know. This is his best buddy, whose 4-year-old and 6-year-old children that he claims Daniel Martel to love. and why he's out there. And I do believe Daniel loved these kids as much as he could. That doesn't mean he was a great father to them. As much as he could. But I don't think Jordan knows Mike, or rather knows Daniel. Either one, he doesn't know Daniel nearly as well as he thinks, and it's a surface level buddy-buddy friendship because he has zero emotion or concern for these kids. It's wild. Truly wild. So he's either hiding something or just really doesn't know Daniel very well. Because there is no, like, I don't hear any, like, my poor buddies. Kids are missing. Like, oh my God, these kids are missing. I don't hear any of that here. I just hear resentment about how Jack and Lily has effed his life up.
Because I'm literally telling you the truth, Mike. I don't fucking know, man. Jordan. If I fucking knew right now, I'd kick the door down. I'd get my father and Dan. We'd go in there and get those fucking kids back, brother.
Yeah, I believe him. I think he transported them somewhere and they were taken from him to where he doesn't know. And to what happened from there, he doesn't know.
Do you understand what I'm fucking saying?
So your dad has not been telling the truth?
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you that I don't know what happened to them. And I think that is probably so far the most honest answer he's given. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
That's what I'm getting at.
It doesn't matter. He's got assumptions and he went dug in deep. I don't know. Listen, I fucking tried to stay out of this for fucking months. 5 fucking months.
Okay.
I don't know what you want me to say. You're just going to take my words and twist it. I don't fucking know, buddy. And now you're going to be like this. Oh, he's avoiding the truth. He's avoiding.
Yeah, you are. You're avoiding answering the question. Because for you to come on here and say you've been trying to avoid this for 5 fucking months, but he's your best friend and this is your dad, you'll do anything to protect, but you have not once thought about these kids and where they could be is not believable. I'm sorry, it's not. If you want people to believe you, you need to stop lying 90% of the time and throwing 10% accuracy into these conversations and just say, I have my theories. I'm not prepared to speak aloud on them. Because if you truly believed in your narrative about everybody putting their theories out there, you would say, yeah, I have one. I'm not prepared to taint the case and put it out there. But to say you don't have one and have never thought about it seems very disingenuous, or you truly don't care about your friend and they're his kids that are missing.
Questions. Analyze this right now, Mike. I don't fucking know, man.
Okay, got it.
I don't know. If I did, I'd get the fucking little fucking kids back. And there's 2 people that I'd call.
I'd get the little effing kids back. He's got no concern for these kids. He's only angry about his reputation, rightfully, get that. And his dad's reputation and his friend's reputation, but he has zero concern or compassion for these kids. In fact, I hear resentment for what they've done to his life. His life. Never mind what their life's like right now. Never mind if they're alive right now. Never mind where they are right now, if they're in danger or anything. For a 30-year-old man to be so discompassionate for kids is wild.
Oh, it would be Dan and it would be my fucking father, because they're the only 2 that really fucking I can rely on.
All right.
Do you understand what I'm saying, dude?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? That's another very accurate statement. The only people I have in my life are my dad and Dan, and I'm not going to betray them. That's what he just said. Do you understand, dude? The only people I have in my life are Daniel and my dad, and I'm not going to betray them. Period.
And then I got you fucking people literally taking pictures of my property, stopping in front of my fucking house because of a narrative that you, Scott Krishnap, and all these other fucking dinks think they're analysts. You can't analyze a fucking toilet seat, dude.
I analyzed the neighbor or the person that gave me the information.
What neighbor? Okay, what neighbor? You give me information now. What neighbor? What?
I want to know what you know, Mike. I want to know what you know.
Address of who, of where, and when, and how. How did you analyze someone when you're fucking in Europe right now? What the fuck are you talking about?
You don't want to tell me if Daniel was there on Thursday morning.
You don't need to be in person to analyze language, Jordan. That's what the internet's for.
Morning, and you expect
he
from
was
me.
Not here, fuck, buddy. I have messages on my phone.
How about Saturday?
I sent me a message.
Did you
I fucking told him, I love your brother. I do not believe that you would ever do these to this kids. Don't listen to these fucking people.
Yeah, but
and
first,
okay. So that was the extent of Jordan's investigation into Daniel. I love you. I don't believe you would ever do this. Period. That's it. No questioning. No questioning why they're still missing, how come they haven't been found, how nobody's seen them, how cars were coming to and from the property. But if he did take the kids out, if my vision is correct, then he does know Daniel didn't hurt them because he took them out of the house and delivered them somewhere alive and safe. That's just my theory. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but my visions, I normally trust 100%. I always have.
4 weeks, 5 weeks went by, and then he stopped in my fucking yard.
But first you said...
I gave him a fucking hug, and we...
Okay, so 5 weeks went by before Daniel came to his home after his kids were missing. I don't know how close they are. I'm a female, obviously, and so maybe I come from a different viewpoint on friendship. But let me tell you, if my only close buddy was what you just said, Daniel, and you waited for Daniel to come to you and it took 5 weeks, I don't think you're very close to him. I don't think you're very close to him.
We fucking pretty well cried together. My father popped in, and then my dad made podcasts. That's the fucking God honest truth. And that's the goddamn snowball effect that's been happening now.
So understand that
what cost me my fucking job, cost me stress, cost me fucking a lot. For what? Because I was
Yes, it's cost you stress, but it did not cost you your job. We just went through that.
Fucking literally trying to be a good son and a good fucking friend.
Jordan.
None of you people would ever...
Okay. I'm trying to be a good son and a good friend. I'm trying to be loyal to the only people in my life. And that's the problem. Here is the big problem. The patterned conditioning, which I get. We saw that in Brian Laundrie with his family, his parents, be willing to defend their son to the end. Right? So these are his do and diehards in his mind, although it's sad because I think if it takes 5 weeks and your buddy's kids went missing and you didn't drive over there that day or the next day, I don't think you're that close. Just my opinion.
Say this to my fucking face, and I mark my words, you never would. Because I won't even allow you to even talk to me. Like, you're lucky you're talking to me right now, man.
Man,
Jordan.
You are lucky. You are lucky. I don't know what this screenshot is. It looks like a horse head, but it looks kind of like that devil's tattoo. Let's just be clear. I've said it again. I've said it many times. Don't think he unalived these kids, but I think he has more knowledge than he's letting up on. And I think his loyalty is childhood rooted, that you stand behind your peeps no matter what. It's a code of honor, no matter what he knows. And him not analyzing, I don't believe he hasn't analyzed unless he's afraid to think of what really possibly happened. But I really think he knows that something's not right here, but he's going to stand behind die hard his peeps.
What your father did, in my opinion, is highly deceptive.
I understand what my father did. He doesn't understand the ferociousness of the internet, but he's trying to help these two fucking kids. It's what you fucking people don't understand.
Well,
These two effing kids. How do you describe a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old with that F-bomb first? Like, he's not at all compassionate towards them over and over and over again.
He tries to help Daniel. And I don't
How is he
think...
trying to help Daniel and he fucking didn't even know Daniel?
Did you see Daniel on Saturday, May 3rd? Did you go together for pizza?
No.
He didn't know Daniel? Is that true? I don't know. Why is Geddes coming forward to help Daniel if he didn't know them? I don't, that just doesn't make sense either. And they've been friends for 20 years and you've never met him in a small community like that? I don't know, dude. I don't think he's never met Daniel.
Fucking, I don't know. No. May 3rd? That's a fucking joke. No.
Okay. Were you at the pipeline?
It's a fucking joke.
That's a joke. Well, that's horrible. May 3rd, like the day after? No, what's a joke is that you call Daniel your best buddy and you didn't even drive over there to console him for the missing kids that you say, or he says as well, that he loved. That's a joke.
Where'd you get this information off? Because I want to know.
I'm clearing it up. I haven't published this information, but this is what some channels...
Yeah, but you get to fucking call me Daddy fucking Durwood, Jordan, Stu, all this bullshit. Then you got your fucking subscribers and your fucking fans trashing the fuck out of me and my family and my own.
Dude, you had some meltdowns. Listen, man, people send these to me and I share them.
I don't need to calm down about nothing. I don't give a fuck. I'm not the one exploiting.
I don't need to calm down. So I can go derail on social media and lose my shit and send cryptic, scary messages and speak all swear words with these kids and their names before their names. And I don't give it a flying fuck. I'm not going to calm down. But the consequences of that are also to not be blamed on me. I mean, this guy has never taken responsibility for his own behavior. Ever.
2 kids. Neither is my father, neither is Daniel.
Yes, your father is. He's making. Your father is making a mockery of this. Your father is making a mockery of it. That's what we have a problem with.
You're making a mockery of it. No. My father already talked to so many investigators. Talked to the lead investigators. He talked to lawyers about this shit. You don't think that my dad's been scrutinized over this shit, man?
Yeah, because your dad's saying a lot of crazy things. There's the response. That is the appropriate one, Jordan. Direct your anger towards the right people.
You don't think that my fucking family, my father, is not going through fucking tenfold struggles? Why would someone put themselves on the line like that? Other than anything good, unless you're a fucking YouTuber.
Why would somebody put themselves on the line like that? That's a great question. Why did Durwood come out and insert himself into the case with all kinds of lies and threats, including towards myself, and contradictory statements? That's a fabulous question. Personally, I think it was a deflection tactic. That's just me.
We're a podcaster, changing the narrative in the context of the situation.
You know what?
You got to hear me out here, right? Now, come on. How many do you make any money off this bullshit?
What does it?
Jordan, if you knew how much people on YouTube made, you'd be astounded. It's not worth the time. People do it for passion, not the money. Not at least at the size of my channel or Mike's channel. Trust me.
It matter what anybody is doing.
Did you get a job cost off this? Did you lose your job? Did you lose a fucking woman that you loved that you were dating for fucking 7-8 years?
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. He's blaming his job on everybody but him, which we've just discussed. And the woman closest to him left him. 7 or 8 years? Is that what he said? She knows him better than anybody. Would hope she would know him better than anybody. And she just left him. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, Jordan? That tells you she's not sure she wants to be around you anymore. I'd be curious to know when she left you. Is that in the recent days after you've just lost your crap on YouTube? Or was that at the beginning when people started to wonder if you were involved? But she is the closest one to you outside of Daniel and your dad, and she left you. Nobody forced her to. She left you. This, to me, is the most damning of this interview. Why did the person closest to you, who presumably knows you probably better than Daniel and your dad, 7-8 years is not 7-8 months, chose to leave you in the middle of this crisis? Did she also wonder, like me, why you have no compassion for these kids?
Because of this shit?
Why did you?
Or are you making money off your subscribers over this bullshit? Analyzing.
Again, deflection.
Analyst.
Your father is the one. Your father injected himself into this case.
You can't blame my old man for this,
and he is misleading people.
Okay, again, Jordan, you have zero, have never been trained to look at your own behavior, and neither has your dad. You can't blame my father for this. Your father was the one that spread inconsistencies and lies and threatened the public. If your father didn't want to make a mockery out of this, he should have stayed off all those channels. He brought it on himself. Place your anger in the right place.
On purpose.
You went on your own fucking inclination to make these retarded fucking videos.
Your father.
And you are going to get legality.
Your father brought this on himself.
The end of this.
Your father brought it on himself. Thank him, Jordan. Thank your daddy.
Matter, so
Thank
why the fuck are you posting?
It doesn't matter. See? It's kind of like the cop I talked to the other day. He had tried to have an answer for everything, and when it was counterbalanced with rational statistics and logic, then he was throwing out, okay, well then try this narrative. That's what he's doing here. Okay, so I can't win you on this, so now I'm going to just deflect that. Doesn't matter. I don't want to admit that my dad created this shitstorm.
Anything other than fucking the truth.
Because
you're trying to figure the truth out, but you get to fucking call people names where they can't even defend themselves, and when they do,
I don't do that.
They get trashed all too You fucking do. You fucking, like, I'm trying not to insult you now, dude. You literally, and all the fucking one.
You literally, and he stopped because I don't know what to say now. You literally, because I don't know. You have no clue.
Scott Prishnap of Balance, Callie fucking Gibson, this Theresa Wing. Fuck, who else is it? That fucking, you guys are literally, don't give.
What's that in the background? It sounds like a saw.
A fuck. You make these videos, you make these fucking.
Wait, what is that in the background?
Posts, then you just go and sit back down. And then you get to watch fucking TV and eat your suppers, which you fucking get to do. And then you go and do it again the next day. And then you go and fucking post videos again of me screaming on the fucking phone with a song in the background. Do you understand why I'm fucking screaming in the background? Why I'm
No, we tried to analyze it and it didn't make a lot of very positive sense.
losing my fucking mind?
You didn't start it. Your dad did. But seriously.
Truthfully, my understanding, Jordan, is that you got taken for a ride and you are mad and you don't know yet who betrayed you. And you can't even fathom to think about it. But you're angry about it.
Man. It doesn't matter, buddy. It doesn't matter. You have nothing to do with anything with this. So what are you in the situation compared to my father then? Tell me that, buddy.
Yes, that's the point. Just like your dad came on and spoke publicly about his theories, so do we. Wow, I think you might be getting this point right now. I think you might be just having your aha moment.
Your father is lying. Your father is lying.
More than you in this situation tenfold.
No, he's lying. He's leading. Listen, Jordan.
No,
you know that your father is making things up. You know he's making things up.
He ain't making nothing up. I don't know if he is or not, but what?
Okay, he's making nothing up. So my first instinct is to defend him without thinking, and now I'm going to think about it and realize, oh, I don't know. No, you don't actually know.
What he's fucking trying to do? If he's making things up, Mike Dammann, whatever the fuck your name is, then what are you doing? You're
whatever your effing name is, but you are also critical of Mike not knowing how to pronounce your name. Do you see the narrative here? I don't need to follow the rules I impose on you. I'm going to pause and I'm going to Google if that's narcissistic behavior. I'll be right back. Okay, so I Googled Someone who blames others for things they do, is that narcissistic behavior? Yes. Constantly blaming others for one's own actions or mistakes is considered a hallmark characteristic of narcissistic behavior and a key sign of a lack of accountability. This behavior, also called blame shifting or psychological projection, serves as a defense mechanism to protect a fragile ego and maintain a false sense of protection. Why narcissists blame others? Avoiding shame, narcissists have a deeply ingrained fear of shame and inadequacy. Hence, why I was saying I cannot turn against the only two people in my life right now. Admitting fault would force them to confront their perceived flaws, leading to intense internal pain and or shame-based depression. Maintaining a superior image. Well, we hear that here too. They need to see themselves as superior, faultless, and always right. Blaming someone else for a mistake that allows them to preserve this inflated self-image. Oh, lack of empathy. A core trait of narcissism is a significant lack of empathy, making it difficult for them to understand or care about the impact of their actions on others. They are more concerned with their own feelings and reputation. Well, we see that with 100% here. We also see that he has no empathy for these kids. Manipulation tactic. Blame shifting can be a conscious or unconscious manipulation tactic by putting the other person on the defensive. That's exactly what he's been doing since the beginning of this conversation. The narcissist diverts attention from their own wrongdoing and maintains control of the situation. Gaslighting. This pattern of denying reality and shifting blame can lead to gaslighting, where the victim starts to question their own memory, perception, and sanity. Key behaviors. A person who constantly blames others would typically exhibit several related behaviors. They rarely, if ever, apologize genuinely. They may twist facts or rewrite history to suit their narrative. They often play the victim when confronted, claiming they're the one being attacked. And they may project their own negative traits onto others, lying person accusing others of lying. Well, you know, folks, doesn't that just describe our first 11 of these 35 minutes? I'm going to speed it up so we can get through this a little faster. But boys and girls, this does not bode well for Jordan Geddes, in my opinion.
Making things up.
No, I'm showing people what he's really saying.
You fucking analyze. I wouldn't let you analyze my fucking toilet seat. You know that?
All right.
Swear to God, man. Like you're a miserable. You guys blow my mind. You just want to keep pushing for the subscribe.
Well, you blow my mind, actually, because I think you're an impetulant little 2-year-old.
Are fucking with people. Fucking with people. You think for one moment that the RCMP wouldn't have came and fucking arrested my father for making things up? Or fucking Jordan Geddes? Or fucking goddamn Daniel Martel? You don't think for 1 second that we'd be walking around here right now without fucking being in jail?
No, I don't think the RCMP have a clue right now. In fact, that's what one of the officers said to me when he called, which I'm not going to mention who his name was. But it was admitted that they don't have a clue when I had one of those calls this week come in.
Because if you do, Mike, you're fucked in the head. And which you probably fucking are anyway, because I can tell by your fucking voice.
Great.
Call me fucking everything under the fucking sun.
Your dad knew better when your dad talked to law enforcement. He knew better. He didn't say the same things.
Have you ever even jumped in a vehicle and went looking, trying to decide, trying to ask questions other than jumping on your fucking internet?
You don't know what I'm doing, dude. You don't know the people I'm in touch with. The people.
You're lying now. I know that. You fucking goof. Fuck.
See how he's twisting? Wow. The manipulation, the gaslighting, the lack of empathy, everything we just described in narcissistic behavior is rearing its head in spades.
All right, dude. You finished?
No, don't. I'm not defending nobody. I'm defending fucking what I fucking believe in right now. And I just told.
I'm not defending nobody. You just sat here for the first 12 minutes and 30 seconds of this video defending your dad, Daniel, and yourself. What are you talking about? You're not defending nobody. You can't even keep your own lies straight right now in this 12-minute conversation.
I told you what I believed in, but for some reason, you're going to take this and change the fucking narrative too. And anybody else that calls me a fucking fentanyl addict or a meth head or a fucking all this bullshit, how the fuck am I driving around in an Equinox, a fucking $800 fucking vehicle, just trying to make it every day through my fucking life?
Because life in Canada is beyond expensive right now. And if you can afford booze, what you're about to say, it's probably more expensive than cheap weed, which is legal in Canada. So I don't know what that proves, Jordan.
Like, you fucking guys are fucked in the fucking head.
And drug addicts will become homeless to get their drugs. So I don't know what that parallel means.
It's unbelievable, Mike. You wouldn't believe what you're fucking doing. You can't believe it because you're fucking making money off it, you fucking retard.
I tell you what, when I started out,
he's so angry.
Listen, I don't.
So take every cent that you made off this and every other case that you're doing just like this, go fucking put it into a fucking goddamn GoFundMe page or something for Lily and Jack. How's that sound?
Okay, that's the first time he's used Lily and Jack's name without swearing the F word, using the F word in front of it. Now, I do want to say, I did want to come in here and I did listen to this once first very quickly, did not analyze it, but I was wanting to come in here and listen to it intuitively like this and have more empathy for him, but I can't. At this point into this conversation, I cannot empathize with him.
I know for a fact that I never met these kids. I never met Malaya. I'm back on my follow-up, but Daniel's my friend. But I know for a fact, I feel like I'm closer to these fucking kids than you've ever even thought that you were. You fucking asshole.
I don't think you have a concept of what it means to be close to a human being because you've just displayed that to us in this conversation. You feel like you're close to these kids, but you don't have the time to even consider what may have happened to them. You feel close to these kids that you've never met, but you didn't go over the next day to consult with your best friend whose kids just vanished. That doesn't wash. That doesn't line up. Your audio and your video are not lining up. What you say and what you do are not the same. What you're saying you believe and how you're behaving are not authentic. Otherwise, your actions would have proven differently.
Is your dad done, or is he going to make more posts in the future?
Why would he stop now? There's no point in fucking stop.
Why would he stop now? Again, that makes no logic. He's destroying your family by your own admission, all this YouTube stuff. And if you haven't figured out yet that if you don't talk, no one has nothing to say about you, if you can't figure those two things like 1 + 1 = 2 yet, Jordan, then that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But now, just like me, getting my head drove in the fucking dirt. Why should I fucking have to lay in the dirt? I'm getting up and I'm fucking telling every one of you. Simple as that. Like, what else do you want me to say, Mike?
What?
Ask me some more questions because I'm going to fucking tell you straight up. And if you fuck up and you ask the wrong fucking question, I'm going to tell you.
Well, that's a threat if I've ever heard one. You'd better answer the way I expect you to answer. If not, I'm going to beat you down. What is this? This is control. Ultimate control.
You how fucking dumb you fucking are. You and fucking Scott Prisnap, every fucking one of you.
Well, I think since you haven't been able to piece together that if your dad were to stop talking, that maybe this wouldn't be happening. I don't think you are all that brilliant either yet, Jordan. I don't think that you've put 2 and 2 together yet to make them 4. Why should my dad stop talking after my life has been destroyed with all this YouTube and social media stuff? Those 2 things make no sense. There would be nothing to say about you and your family if you just stayed off the internet, would there now?
Fucking literally, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And I'm the fucking child killer? Fuck you, you
Nobody
fucking
said
idiots.
that. Nobody ever said that you are or your father is.
Yes, they fucking did, asshole.
Well, I certainly never did. In fact, I did feel bad for you because I think you were roped into something. But if you're going to go down in a flame of loyalty to people that maybe you're not all that close to, at least in Daniel's case, then you're going to burn yourself.
We have something to do with the disappearance. That's the stupidest shit you could have just said again. I'm calling you on it right now. You have more fucking goddamn things to do with negative side of Lily and Jack than fucking my father and I and Dan has ever have. So
then you tell us what should everybody do to help find out what happened to Jack and Lily. And also,
shut your fucking mouths.
To help find out what happened to Jack and Lily, shut your mouths. Isn't this what the police told us in the Emmanuel Harrow case? Control, gaslighting people, trying to be curious, trying to help solve this case. There is zero empathy for these kids. Still, just shut your mouth.
Let the fucking RCMP do their work. Okay. Like I said, don't you think I'd be in jail?
Regrettably, I don't think you'd be in jail right now because the RCMP have not done a good job on this case, in my opinion. Let them do their job.
You know, right now, don't you think my father would be? Don't you think Dan would be?
Not you and not your father.
Why not? Because they're going to let it go. Okay, let's put it this way. We're going to let child killers on the loose. What if like 15 more children went fucking missing? What if fucking...
Okay, Jordan, this is just stupid. I think you know and we all know that they need to have evidence. And we all know that they bumbled this up in the beginning, at least in my opinion, and other professionals, by listening to Daniel and his narrative, and Malaya's for that matter. But we also know witnesses heard the cars coming and going. I'd love to hear what he had to say about that.
The child like the man went missing. You fucking asshole motherfuckers. Listen to yourselves.
Now, is that a threat, Jordan? If Mike Dammann's child went missing, is that a threat? It's not something you should say to somebody that you're threatening legal action against, because that can be considered uttering a threat.
Blow my fucking brain rate apart. It literally blows my mind how fucking retarded and evil you people are, and you don't even know what you're doing, what you're saying. When you didn't even do nothing but jump on the fucking internet or a computer or a cell phone. You didn't do none of that. I'm not saying I fucking went looking for them and whatnot.
No, you didn't, because this best friend of yours, his kids go missing, and you didn't show up to even talk to him for 5 or 6 weeks. You haven't once empathized with these missing kids. We know you didn't go looking for them. That is for effing sure.
All I fucking did was send my fucking friend a message. I love you, Dan. You're my brother, and I don't believe what these pieces of shit are saying. Fucking right there, truth. But what you're doing?
That's probably the only truthful, 3 truthful statements. 2 indirect, subconscious indirect truthful statements. And this one, truth. I do believe that you don't believe Daniel had anything to do with this, but I think it's because of your loyalty and you're being blind to it. And or you're simply just protecting him.
You're changing the truth. You're making people's fucking thoughts, manipulating them to fucking an alternative that has nothing to do with what the fuck.
Well, I think based on our definition of gaslighting, I think that's exactly what you are doing, Jordan. I beg to differ.
Because you're fucking, it's unbelievable, man. Hey, what am I right now? Meth raging out? Isn't that what some of your subscribers? Meth raging out, fentanyl raging out. What was the other one? Fucking cocaine raging out.
No, you're just plain rageful. You're just raging out. But the question is, why? Why are you raging out?
Fuck, man. And then you wonder why I fucking rage and I get flippy. I'll flip the fuck out.
No, we don't wonder. That's what we want to know. We want to know why you're really raging 6 months into this. Why are you really raging, Jordan?
Well,
you wonder why I flip the fuck out?
No, I don't wonder, but
I do. I want to know why you're flipping out.
Again, your father started something that I think you are not responsible for.
So what? So my father started something that you think that him and I are responsible for?
You're not. You're not responsible for it. You are not responsible for his actions and what I consider to.
That's true. You are only responsible for yourself and your own behavior. And this one is not a good one. And neither were your last 2 posts, Jordan. And as your father or Daniel and Janie are not looking good either by all these conflicting stories that change over and over and over again.
Be lies and fabrications. You are not responsible for that, Jordan.
Why would my father lie? If someone told you a fucking lie,
because I think
you told that lie.
Why would my father lie? That's the first genuine questions he's asked. Why would my father lie? Let's think a little bit deeper on that. Let's think.
Why? Doesn't that make you a liar? So if Dad was going off of other people, and like he was trying, he's trying, he still is trying.
He still is trying. There's another honest statement. But it's got an upward swing. When you have an upward swing in your language, when you end your sentence with the upward, he still is trying. Instead of he's still trying, he's still trying. That is commanding when you go down, he's still trying. He's still trying means I'm not so sure what he's doing or if he's actually trying to help the case. Because the upward and the question mark and the upward end swing means he's not sure what his dad is really trying to do.
So how the fuck does that make any sense, Mike? If someone told you a lie and you go off, you're trying to help. You fucking hear something about something, and then you
go on social media and say, here's what I've been told. I cannot validate or substantiate it yet. That's what you do. That's called honest transparency.
You have to go and do something. Because you feel like in your morals. How the fuck does that work?
So let me say
this. If you don't do it, wouldn't that make you feel fucked up?
I blame the people who had your dad on.
Yep, and I said that before, and I've said it a few months ago.
Because they shouldn't have given him that much of an audience, because if you think that he only said something about something he heard, okay, then why did he get so much of a platform? So I blame a lot of people, but I don't believe that I believe he's trying too hard to help Daniel. Let's put it that way. And I believe that
Daniel? No. He's trying to help Lily and Jack. And if
he's trying to help Lily and Jack. Help Daniel? No. Because why? Why wouldn't he want to help Daniel? Because the three of them are in it together, maybe? Because something went wrong in the plan, and now he's trying to figure out where Lily and Jack are. I mean, some of the things Darren has said are to this effect. That the family was trying to do something to stop Malaya from talking. And he was worried what the output would be of that. Yeah. He seems to have a lot of concerns about what might happen to Lily, and Jack.
If anything, if he did help Daniel, he got Daniel fucking a little bit of a voice to fucking for people to understand too, but that backfired. Everything's backfiring, man.
So
everything's backfiring on him. Well, yeah. Do you wonder why?
Did your dad tell you that he believes they're actually on the reservation? Did he say that to you in private?
It's not about being in private. Listen, everyone's got their theories and whatnot. You can tell me whatever, just like your fucking theories I thought about. It doesn't matter, because I don't fucking know.
Now he's being truthful. So he has thought about some theories, right? He has thought about some theories. Interesting.
Oh, and you don't know. I'm not fucking in this until now. Quite a bit now, and I'm gonna
not in this until now. Quite a bit now, because you chose to come online. You chose. And until you start owning your stuff, I can't buy into this narrative. I can't buy into you until you come forward and say, I brought this on myself with the last few behaviors of radical behavior that I posted online, and now this interview. I brought this on myself.
Continue on. I don't know if they're on a reservation or not. I don't know if fucking Dad knows they're on a fucking reservation or not.
Do you ever go fishing with Daniel?
But it's just like this. It's just like this. You know what someone did there fucking 4 days ago?
Tell me.
They fucking called my old man and told him that I fucking killed myself.
And that is horrible. But I'd like Mike to go back to the fishing question.
So how the fuck? And he showed up fucking bawling his eyes out. And I was wondering what the fuck's going on. So we're going to go off a fucking hearsay then, are we?
I tell you what, I will make sure to let the people know that they, I mean, that is not cool. And I tell people, man,
Like, brother, so you're not recording me right now, are you, Mike, or not? I don't care if you are, because I don't care if this gets blasted.
You know what? I think the truth needs to be known. I think we need to have your side of the story. I need to have you telling people where you come from, because I want people to realize that, you know, you are defending your father, but that doesn't take away from what I think about what your father said, okay? And I
understand that, man. You're not the first one that said that to me now. You're literally probably about the fucking 5th or the 6th now, because...
Yeah, so you do know what people and other people are saying to you that doesn't make your dad look good. See, now there's some truth coming out, Jordan.
I didn't go just after you. I didn't go just after Scott Prissnap.
Got you.
I didn't go after anybody. You got to understand, when you're literally trying to live...
You just came after Mike for the first 20 minutes of this conversation, Jordan. Come on.
Your life, which I can't even do now. I got to go on stress leave because my job that I was a loader operator. I've lost that. I've lost the woman that I love.
And I feel bad for that. But the question is, why the woman closest to you left? That's the real question, Jordan. That's the real question.
Don't fucking, like, why shouldn't I jump in deep? And why shouldn't I rage, Mike? Wouldn't you rage, brother?
I agree. I know, man. I rage today a little bit. I mean, look, dude, honestly, listen, tell your dad that things have consequences and he went overboard.
He knows that. He's still fucking trying.
I told him that, and he's still effing trying. Told you he was mad at his dad when he went on that rage the other day, reanalyzed. Told you he was mad at his dad. He knows his dad, and he's trying to tell his dad to shut up and stop going on YouTube. Now the truth's coming out. 20 minutes into this 35-minute call.
And Mike, that's all I got to say. And if you ever talk to my father, and if you ever talk to me like we are now, I guess, without the fucking screaming and yelling and cursing at each other, you'd realize. Fuck, man. And Dan, too. If you talk to Dan like that. This is so blown out of proportion, so fucked up that I think that there's gears in motion that we have no idea about, my friend. And people are fucking twisting the narrative.
Okay, where do you get that? Now we have its theory. He's finally giving us his theory without being asked. I think there are gears in motion that we have no idea about. Yeah, I do too, Jordan. I've said that all along. I thought you got used. I think that's your real anger. The question is, who's turning and moving those gears? Who's the one behind the gears? That's the question.
And fucking with everybody's heads, and it doesn't help with fucking what they're saying, posting pictures of my father, of me, calling it like, come on, man. My father would be the first one, and Dan would too, to take their shirt off the back for somebody. They would fucking, and I would too. We would help as much as we fucking can, but I don't know how else to explain it, dude. I got interrogated twice. I fucking talked to the lead investigator. I talked to 18 lawyers. Every one of them pretty well told me to fuck myself except for this one.
Okay, now that is a very telling statement, because the lawyers would have asked him truly what's going on. 18 and only one would deal with them. Why? Why? Because I think there's more behind this than he's being honest with us about. Because if you are innocently fired and innocently brought into this, that is worth a lawyer taking up. We've just read about it.
So let me ask you only. Okay, go ahead. No, let me ask you one thing only. Do you think it is impossible that Dan could have snapped and hurt the kids? Do you think
that is totally? I think it's impossible. I believe Dan from the bottom of my heart, because if you ever talk to Dan, which you probably won't ever get the chance, because he's fucking distraught, fucked up, torn apart, just like I am. Not just I'm literally less than how much he's all fucked up.
Well, we communicated a little bit on Messenger, but then
why are you all fucked up? Because of your own self-preservation, or because you actually wonder, because you have yet to say what happened and where these kids are? I'm up at night trying to find these kids. You have not once addressed the missing kids, and your lack of empathy towards them is really disappointing, actually.
He blocked me. So I don't know what's going on with him.
I did?
No, Daniel too. Yes, you did, but Daniel did as well.
Yeah, but because I was, oh, well, it doesn't matter what I'm doing.
Doesn't matter, I know. I agree with you. Listen, where can we go from here? What can we do? Because I don't let go of what I think happened in that house that Thursday night.
Videos for Mike, and like you did say, like you would sound like you're very intelligent. I'm not fucking dumbed down in you at all. And that's why I don't appreciate people fucking.
Well, you've called them dumb already multiple times.
And with me, because they don't know what I am.
Well, I will pass the message. Okay.
I have no criminal record. I got no driving infractions, brother.
Okay, well, the no criminal record, we were wrong if that is factual. We thought the tattoos based on what Hope's experience is, and if we're wrong about that, then I apologize about that.
I fucking literally worked all my life with my back. My right leg is gimped up.
Okay.
I don't know what else to fucking say. Like, I literally fucking try my best, and now my best is worth nothing. I don't know how else to say it. And I'm trying still now. And like when I say.
And I do feel for him, because I think he is having a major crisis here about the people closest to him and what is going on with him in his life, with all the people in his life, that girlfriend leaving, him being exposed, dad being exposed, his friend. There is a major crisis going on in his life. Absolutely. The only problem is he's only concerned about him and never mentions these poor kids, not once. And that is not good, in my opinion. I think anybody innocent of anything could be angry, but would be able to deflect it and say, we've got to find these kids. They would come on the narrative with the interview with Mike and say, oh, I'm mad about how this is destroying me and how you guys are deflecting me. But we need to find these kids, because if you're so innocent, you'd want the truth to come out, and you'd want us to keep analyzing, and you'd want to answer Mike's question about what can we do to help find Jack and Lily. You have not even once gone on that tangent with Mike.
That I'm trying. I'm fucking trying, and I will walk right into it. If you gave me an address right now, if you knew something, would you tell me? Because I would go there right now, brother, and I would literally call my father, and I would call Dan. And Dan, we talked about this fucking times and times over, because I'm one of the only people that will even talk to him, that will even let him in the fucking yard. It's a hilarious thing. He said he'd be the first one to kick the fucking door in with me. So And my father
And I do believe that. I'm just not sure that your dad doesn't know where they are.
be right fucking behind us. And like, if I had to get shot for this shit, I'd fucking do it. And I don't even know these fucking kids. But now I'm fucking literally feel fucking terrible about these kids.
I don't even know these effing kids, but I feel terrible about these kids. Do you feel terrible at the kids or about what they've done to your life? Because that's where I think you really mean.
Yeah.
Not just for my own behalf, but just for everything, how misconstrued, how fucked up this all is. You understand?
See, it's not just for my own behalf. That's the first focus. But how it's fucked everybody's life up. Not for the kids. Not because I worry about where these kids are and if they're even alive. Wow.
See what I'm saying, man?
I do know.
I see what you're saying. What I see you saying is I'm more upset about how this has affected me, my life, and my dad and my friend than I worry about or even have any iota of concern about these effing kids.
That you didn't have anything to do with the, I mean, I don't care what people, I cannot control what people say. If they say, who did it? Or I kid, when people say these things in my chat, all the moderators, they know, they kick these people out. So, you know, we don't have it. Daniel was in my chat several times and people got kicked out because I said to them, I want the right questions. I don't want the attacks. So I don't want.
I'm not defending Daniel at all, but I am. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not defending Daniel at all, but I am. Again, another. Wow, Jordan.
I know. See how I'm contradicting myself right there again. I understand that you're
Yes, you are. Just like your dad and just like Daniel, your narrative is riddled with contradictory statements just in one 24-minute call.
an analyst. But why shouldn't someone, like, can you imagine if I'm this distraught and fucked up over this? What's been happening to Dan? Like, that's a fucking heavy weight for a man to even bear.
But you don't.
Especially if he's got some guilt around the fact that they let those kids continue to play on their own outside. He truly believes that they were taken, like Daniel keeps saying, he should be feeling guilty. I'm sorry, but this is neglectful on both him and Malaya's part at a bare minimum.
You don't know what happened on Thursday night in their house. You don't know that. I
had no idea, dude. I didn't see fucking Daniel until goddamn 4 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. I said
2 or 4 or 5 or 6. Which is it? Which is it, Jordan? Which is it? 2, 4, 5, or 6? It wasn't the next day, clearly, because that was a joke. To think that I would even talk to him the next day after his kids are missing, what a joke that would be. But I am so close to him, and my entire survival is based on Daniel and my dad and my loyalty to them. I mean, make that make sense. But I care so little about Daniel that it took me 2, 4, or maybe 5 or 6 weeks to even speak to him. And he had to come to me.
The message I didn't see until about 4 weeks or 5 weeks after that. And when he pulled in the yard, I just got back from the fucking liquor store. Now, I might fucking drink too much. Now, that's my one problem. But I'm
Yeah, I would say so. For sure. There's definitely a problem here.
I'm not a fucking addict. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
Everyone.
Yeah. So I do toss around some drugs, which is fine if you're doing the legal ones. That's okay. They're legal in Canada, at least some of them.
Like I said, and I'm not fucking I'm not no saint. I'm not no sinner, but I ain't no.
No, you are definitely not a saint. Now, I'm not sure about the sinner piece. But I know you're not a murderer.
Child killer, and I fucking do believe in my goddamn heart that Daniel is not what people are fucking making him out to be.
And you know what? And having said this, then we can agree to disagree.
And I've also said that I don't think Daniel unalived his kids. I know that's not the popular narrative, but they were removed from that house. And Jordan, I don't know why you were in the vision, but you were. And I have never dismissed my visions.
Because you know what? I believe he's hiding a lot of things. And there's a reason why I'm at it. And you know what? Your dad, it's only, I ignored him for the longest. But then all of a sudden, I realized people get sidetracked because of the effect that he has. But I blame the YouTubers who have him on because that's how they get more views. They also exploited him. There are 3 people I can think about. They exploited him to get attention, even though some of them knew that what he concluded was incorrect. So let me make this very, very clear with you. I see every side, you know?
Yep. No, I understand that for sure, man. I understand what the internet is. I understand how fucking ferocious it is, and it can be. Like, imagine if I...
Well, then, why are you partaking in it if you don't like the consequences of it? If you understand it, you see the consequences of it, then don't blame it for what it's doing. If you go in there knowing what it's doing, Don't do it.
I don't know how to even say this, man. Like, I'm a bit of an entertainer. I'm a musician. I played drums for 25 years. I play guitar and I sing a little bit.
I play
So was this whole 25 minutes an act then, if you're a bit of an entertainer, Jordan?
keyboard. Yeah, I like that lifestyle. I dig it.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking right, brother. No, and good on you too. So from a fellow musician to a fellow entertainer too, from another fellow entertainer to another musician, like, it makes a person go fucking insane. Because, like, I could make a podcast and a YouTube video right now, and I could make a mockery of it, which I almost wanted to do tenfold.
Make a mockery of it. Again, that's really the most disheartening thing I've heard for a man who has yet to acknowledge that his best friend, quote unquote, 2 kids are missing.
Always share your side.
It's tasteful, not what you're doing. What I thought, what I fucking wanted to do, since they're making a mockery of everything, and I fucking have a feeling, which I don't know, but I have a feeling. So feelings can go off a lot of things. Not only whatever anyone thinks that I'm fucking hiding or whatever the fuck, but I think those kids are probably fucking, they have to be. Hopefully, maybe it's hopefully and a feeling that they're still alive.
Hopefully and a feeling. It goes back to what I said about Durwood, Darren Geddes' dad, coming out saying, look, we feel the family got involved to keep Malaya quiet, and now we're worried about what they may do because this has gotten out of hand. And this is proving my theory. They maybe started the ball rolling, but somebody took it over, and now they don't know where these kids are, and they hope. Now he's talking about his theories that he refused to talk about before. I hope these kids are still alive. And now the question is, do you hope they're alive because you care about them, or because you're concerned about your lack or your involvement in, even though you didn't unalive them yourself? I believe you somehow, that's just my vision, brought them somewhere not knowing what was going to happen to them. And now you're terrified that you've got wrapped in yourself up into something unknowingly. That's just my theory, my opinion.
No, they talked about.
And, like, I might disagree with that one, but
I do.
I don't know, man. That's one thing. And, like, I can say it again over and over again. I can put it into fucking 1,000% ironclad. You know what I mean?
Malaya's language, I mean, Malaya's language, no, it indicated that they are definitely not with us anymore and that she knows about it. So there are certain, I have certainties.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's truly awful and horrible. If that's the case,
if
that's exactly, if that's the truth, if that's really 1,000, I'm not making fun of my dad. I'm making fun of the people that are making fun of my dad. Is what I'm doing, making a mockery of them, because
he's trying to preface it to get ahead of it. It's not to upset his dad.
You can't beat a man that tries, can you not? You know what I mean?
So that's horrible if that's true. With Malaya says now he's switched the conversation, not, oh my God, I hope these kids are still alive. Now we're switching it back to get control of the conversation and away from Malaya saying they weren't alive. I can hear a little bit of, my God, that's horrible. But that's a very quick pivot into some other part of the conversation. That's just so interesting to me.
Anyone else wouldn't have put their neck on the line because no one else fucking did. That's all I know.
Yeah, and I agree. You know what? I mean, as I said, the people, they wanted him to talk and talk and talk and talk, and they wanted to create a mystery. And they knew how unlikely it is what your dad suggested. And he never linguistically committed to anything, by the way. He only made suggestions, right? And so I know, you know, and so it became more. So your dad was also attacked for certain things that yeah, but the thing is that, okay, I understand now more, having spoken with you, where you're coming from and how things actually, and again, these channels that had him on, I said from the beginning, I will not have him on because I don't find him credible. And these people,
I know, but can I say one thing too?
Yeah.
Just sort of interrupt you, Mike. My father's not an alcoholic. He does not drink. Has not drank in years. Like, I'm talking fucking, when I was I'm 34.
Okay, so that's, again, diverting the point in the middle of Mike's statement that he's about to make a point, and he's stopping him to shift the conversation and shift gears.
You're going to be 34. I always add a year because that's just the way it goes, because you're going to be a year older no matter what.
Why would you add an extra year to your life? That's very interesting. Most people want to be younger, not older. But I don't know. There's something that's just weird.
I mean, whatever I am for that, but my father does not fucking drink. Hasn't drank in over probably fucking 25 fucking years. It's what his nose is not a drunkard's nose. His nose is rhino faciatia or freciatia or whatever the fuck that is.
I will look it up.
Like, it's a fucking just a rhino faciatia. I don't know what but Like, Dad's fucking nowhere near what people are fucking calling him. And that's what makes me angry, because it's my father, right?
Yeah, I understand. And you know what? Now I actually realize that again, these people, you know, yeah. So again, I have nothing to do with these types of channels. I have absolutely nothing, and I disagree. You know, and they're not analyzing anything. They're just throwing a lot of things on the fan and see what sticks to the wall. And that's
assumption.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyways, I am here because I see deception in Daniel and Malaya and Janie.
Yeah.
And I will not let go of that until it's cleared up. So I
understand that, Mike. No, I do. I really, truly do.
I understand that, Mike. I really, truly do. But he's admitting, and he's thrown Daniel in that, and he's not coming to Daniel's defense now. I think he's put his walls down, and now we have a little bit of truth coming out with Jordan. Does he see the lies too that he wasn't willing to admit before?
Like, listen, you don't think that I fucking said to Dan, I don't think you can ever come over here again for a little while until this is all cleared up?
Good idea.
But why should I stop being my friend's fucking friend?
Yeah.
Just because of everything? You know what I mean?
I understand.
So you are trying to self-preserve, and your best friend is your best friend to a point, to a limit.
And like, if I fucking talk to him, then we're speaking fucking truth. And if I believe it's truth, just like I said to you about a liar, if you're told a lie, if I believe it's the truth, that I was told the truth, then it makes me fucking what? Either a truth teller or I'm not telling the truth. I don't understand how I can even say anything more about it, because it's, to me, it's disgusting.
You know what? Right.
It's just a horrible, awful fucking.
It just means, Jordan, that you may have to admit to yourself that you believed somebody who lied to you. That's what it is. That's called the truth. It's not a gray zone about making you a liar or making you a truth teller, Jordan. It's about you admitting, I believed somebody who lied to me. That's called truth. And the fact that you don't know how to figure out how the truth of the situation works is so concerning to me. It truly is. The truth would be, I believed somebody who lied to me, and it disappointed me. Is that what's happened here with your dad? Did you believe when your dad asked you to just safely remove the kids, that you believed the truth of what you were being told?
For these two little children, and just fucking, it's all so fucked up, and it fucked my life up, and I was a fucking outsider looking in until I stood up for my father. And now I feel like I gotta fucking just fucking wreck everybody and tell people and fucking get lawyers and talk to lead investigators and be interrogated and have nervous breakdowns and lose the love of my life. It's not about me though either. It's
so the love of his life sounds like he's lost her recently with his explosive behavior, is just what I'm piecing together.
You don't want it. You know what? I think what you just said to me is perfect. All of this needs to be passed on. I tell you what, also, be careful with what you say in public, because everything will be used by, like today, I refuse to pay attention to certain people and certain things, because the people I pay attention to are Daniel, Malaya, and Janie. And I want to stop. I have to, I think that the more you say now, take a break from the internet, dude. Take a break.
I know, brother, but kind of hard now, because like,
let me pass on your message and people can make of it what they want to. That's what I would love to do.
I appreciate that, Mike, and like the way that you're talking to me too. Look, I'm not a brutal prick. I'm not a fucking animal. I'm not a monster. I'm not an addict. I like to have a drink. I cook fucking food with my mother.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? I do believe that. I don't think he's a horrible person. I think he's angry because he's wondering if he got played.
I mean, I have 2 buses I bought and a camper that I'm building. I bought a bunch of wood from the lumber mill that I used to work at last week. Right. Now I can't even fucking do that. You know what I mean? Gotcha. I used to hang with my woman down here with her 2 kids, my stepkids. I can't even do that.
Right.
Over 2 kids that I've never met, which I'm not downgrading at all, because I would fucking literally, if I seen anything happening wrong, then fuck, they'd have to lock me up in fucking jail, because
well, I do believe that. I don't think he would hurt a child, and I've said that all along. But you're still not very empathetic, and you still don't seem at all concerned that they're missing, and that is so upsetting to hear.
I'd do something about it, right?
Got it, yeah. I understand.
Like, I'm not a fucking, I don't know.
I would do something about it if it was happening right in front of me, like a good human would. I believe that. I do believe him when he says that. The question remains, what would you do, and what are you doing if it didn't happen right in front of you. If you were partaking, like my theory, just simply helping to remove the kids from a hostile situation at home, and somebody turned against you and did something else, is that what this anger is about? I mean, that's what I think. That's just my theory. The last 2 minutes here.
Well, let's explain it, man. And like what you're saying to me, I understand thoroughly. And I'm not fucking dumb like people are fucking letting on. I'm not anything. What they don't even know me, brother. You know what I mean? Like they have no idea what I am. Like
I get that, but that's why you got to put your best foot forward, Jordan.
And I don't know what they are, but I'm not fucking attacking them. I'm not fucking taking pictures of them. I'm not fucking.
Well, you did attack. You have attacked. So let's just stop with the lies again and see we're getting back into, we're now deflecting again.
Posting their parents and their friends and their loved ones, their addresses. Like that's kind of fucking fire with me. Like that's, and then calling like child killers, shit. Like that's fucked up.
Mm. No, you're not.
Like it literally,
I know.
it breaks my fucking heart. Like
yeah, dude. But then again, I have to also, you know, you need to differentiate. And there are people who will pick up on anything that you say, and they will on purpose mislead, but they don't have anything to offer. These are not channels that I watch or recommend. I actually, you know, so I think that maybe I should pass on your message or have you, and I told you before, you can come on live whenever, but anyway, what you just said to me is this is great. I want people to see, but again, I will tell you, man, I will tell you how it started. And
I know.
Your dad came.
There was fist fights in my fucking, like, listen, I'm a bit of a rough guy. Like I fought all my
Yeah, no kidding. I think you are a bit of a rough guy.
life. I was a boxer. So was my father.
Gotcha.
So was my brother. Daniel knows jujitsu. You know what I mean? I know a little bit of jujitsu. My brother's fucking in shape. My dad has, like, there's trophies of my dad boxing.
Right.
So, like, so we don't come from, like, a cloth that's lightly taken. Let's put it that way, I guess.
No, for sure. Your cloth and your family roots are tough ones, for sure. I get that. I feel that.
I understand.
Right. So that's why I got the little bit of rage and volatile tendencies. Let's put it that way, I guess. But
well, that usually comes from trauma, not fighting. And why you wanted to fight is probably being driven by the trauma that you have yet to resolve within yourself. Just my 2 cents.
There's nowhere near that. It's just insanity. It literally, I can't even put my words into it a lot of the time. I'm even surprised I'm talking to you right now. Just like I'm surprised that I talked to a couple of the other people that actually listened to me and then actually heard my voice. Because, like, fuck, man, if you fucking came over here, I'd have a beer with you. I'd cook you fucking food. You know what I mean?
That'd be great. But you know what? I want to drink, man, but I stopped smoking and I'm afraid to drink.
Okay. Okay. Whoops. Hang on. It just started replaying again. So listen, if Jordan Geddes ever hears this, you can come on as a coach. I can tell you how you might want to speak to people so you come through more authentically. I don't think you are responsible for the unaliving, but I cannot ignore my vision. And I think you did anything you could to protect Daniel, and your dad had a cockamamie plan that blew up. That's my theory. Everybody below, thanks for listening. And I want to see your comments below this as to what you think about this interview and my analysis of it. Love and light.